Nate Bomberger.
Hey everybody, my name's Nate Bomberger. You know the deal. This is Smashing the Party. It's been a while since I've been on, but I had to get on today real quick because it's been bothering me, all this bullshit I'm hearing about Simone Biles. Nothing bothers me more than when I'm hearing about somebody's shit that has nothing to do with what they're in the public sphere for. And quite frankly, we're way out of our league. So if you don't know, if you've been living in a cave, she decided, Simone Biles, the greatest gymnast ever to live, has decided to step out of a couple events because she wasn't feeling it. I don't give a fuck anything else. She said, hey, I don't feel like a champion today. I don't feel like I'm going to do my team a service. So I'm going to step out. Okay, done. Done, cool, move on. Instead, you have this analysis coming from both sides of fucking sheer, craziness. And I'm going to be consistent here, and I'm going to say something that's probably a little controversial, but, I don't give a fuck about what people do in their personal life. I don't give a fuck about whether they're in the public sphere, and I don't expect that they have to share their public life with me. They don't have to share their mental health struggles with me. If I'm there to watch them perform gymnastics and they say that they can't give their best, okay, great. What happened? Hey, this is what happened. Fine. Instead, you have. I was shocked to see the conservative sphere blew up first because, of course, they own patriotism. I was surprised to see these people online just ranting about how awful she was because she quit. They're sitting there with their fat ass in front of a microphone doing nothing, no physical exertion, no idea of what it's like to be at the top of their game. And they're sitting there criticizing this woman for her choices, which, by the way, we wouldn't even question if she was a man. How many times do men say, I'm not feeling this, I need to step out? Even the tennis player that was criticizing her was notoriously throwing fits and quitting and dropping out. I don't know what his name is. I'm not even going to repeat it. Who cares? She's the queen. My point is, this is obvious to everyone that has a fucking heart, for Christ's sake, or anybody that even competed knows the difficulty of keeping your mind in that position where you're always feeling like a champion. If somebody doesn't feel it, they don't feel it. It's a mental game. And she didn't feel her mental game was there, so she decided to step out. No problem. But why do we have these people berating her like she quit? She owed us something. That's the thing that pisses me off. Every fucking time a celebrity fucks up, people act like they're owed something. They're entitled to something because this person's in the public sphere. And I'm going to be consistent and say I don't give a fuck about what Donald Trump did in his private life. I never did. It's when his private life fucks up the public sector or when he's doing things that are illegal or coercing people. That's when I have problems. I don't care if he fucks porn stars. I don't care. I really don't care. If he was a Democrat, he was the greatest president, I don't care about what he's doing behind the closed doors. As long as what he's doing in public is fine, that's what I'm looking at. Europe has gone, they're kind of a little further ahead with their politicians than giving a fuck about their private life. They really are less inclined to give a fuck about some of the private things that people do. In America, we're obsessed. And this is another obsession. Sure, it's not sex, but it's a woman, and she's sharing her mental struggles, and all of a sudden everyone feels entitled, like she owed us something. The girl has given her body, her mind to become the greatest athlete on the gymnast floor. At least that's what I understand. And so who the fuck are you to even suggest what's best for her? You didn't do the shit she did. It just bothers the fuck out of me. And then you got the people on the left suggesting, posting all these memes, defending and virtue signaling. And that just annoys me too because they're carrying her name in her mouth. And that's why the title of this post was, get her fucking name out of your mouth. Just move on. Who fucking cares? I think she's wonderful. Obviously, I'm a fan. But what I'm tired of is people obsessing about these things that have nothing to do with someone's public persona. Another point I'm going to make, another example of when this pissed me off was when Tiger Woods went through his shit and he was, he turned out to be a sex addict. He was banging everybody, including the drive-through people, and everything was crazy. He was still at the top of his game at the time. Obviously, that tore his marriage down, and that's awful for her. That's a private thing that happened between them. But I don't care about Tiger Woods' private life. And somebody, a prominent person locally had tweeted something about how Tiger Woods owes us an apology. He doesn't owe you a fucking apology. Why does he owe you an apology? And the same thing with Simone Biles. She doesn't owe you shit. She doesn't owe you a goddamn thing. Be happy you got to watch her. Be happy you got to live during her era. That's about it. And so consistently, people want to obsess about what's going on with people's private life as opposed to looking at what's happening. Now, you can certainly judge someone's character if they're doing crazy shit in their private life. And that may be something that's warranted. Hey, look, why are they molesting children, for Christ's sake? That's not okay. That's, by the way, that taps into my huge topic that I want to talk about eventually, which is consent and what that means across the board, not just sexually. Anyway, consent. That's going to be a good one, I promise. But the point is, and consent wraps into all this stuff, by the way. What are we consenting to? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go off on that tangent because I want to put a little bit more thought into it. But my point is that, it's frustrating when you're trying to find things to talk about and you're going through and you're seeing the news, the people that are the journalists on Twitter, both sides just talking about this woman as if they even have a fucking clue. No fucking clue what it's like to be her. Let's not talk about her, the fact that she's a woman, she's a black woman, she's a gymnast, she gets all kinds of shit because of her build and how strong she is because she's those things in the gymnast world. And people give her excuses like, hey, talking old kind of shit about why she's so good when she's the fucking queen. And so my biggest kind of, the reason I had to this was exploding in me is because we can't talk about real fucking things when we're so concerned about this meta level bullshit that's happening in people's personal lives. She has performed excellent for us. She's represented the U.S. across multiple championships, and she's done great. And when she wants to sit the fuck down, she can sit the fuck down. Unless you're betting on her, what the fuck do you what the fuck do you care? And if you are betting on her, good for you. Sorry you might lose some because, again, she's human. I'm not going to talk about anything about her anymore. I don't know what her situation is, and that's why I'm so frustrated. It's like, who knows what struggle she's going through? I know she's had personal battles. I know she's had challenges. And still, to this day, she's the greatest. She's the GOAT. So take her fucking name out of your mouth, unless you're talking about how great she is. That's it. Cowards. 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 Cowards.